In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the all-new Avant Quad's Toothpick. Now, we're going to discuss its overall tune, its overall performance, its overall durability, efficiency, and just about everything you might want to know about this. Now, this is a pre-built quadcopter, and we're also going to discuss the execution because the execution is phenomenal, and you'll get to see that right now. So let's start with the frame. Now, this is a 2.5-inch quadcopter, which takes 65mm propellers here, and this is the first time I've tried these HQ durable prop T65mm. They are insane. Crash after crash, you do not get vibrations, you don't get anything weird. They just perform great. Let's talk about the frame here. So the bottom plate is just a one-piece 4mm thick. And if you want to know how wide the arms are in specific areas, we can give it also around 4mm. That is the thinnest part of the arm right here, which is also pretty good. Now, as you can tell, they've also tried to cut down on the weight with using just 2 screws for each motor. Now, speaking of the motors, this is the best sweet spot for any Toothpick motor, which is the 7650 kV. And these are Avant motors. They're actually rebranded by Brother Hobby, and they perform absolutely spectacular. Now, if you take a look on the website, which is linked down below, and they also gave me a coupon code, and again, this was provided by them, it'll be discussing to use 450 milliamp to 500 milliamp 3S lipos. However, I used a 3S 300 milliamp HV, and I was getting close to 2 minutes to 3 minutes of flight time. However, that day, and again, it was really cold. It was 0 to 1 degrees Celsius, which is almost freezing, and the batteries don't perform that well. But to have this perform the way it did in such weather is a huge thing, and it just flew amazing. Now, some of the components on board, they're using a 2-4S ESC. It is a 20x20 stack. It's using an F4 microcontroller unit for here. It's called the SL. I've never heard of it. It's probably a rebranded for Avant Quads. The video transmitter is also really great, especially in the bandos that I fly. And it does have smart audio, which is a huge plus. For camera, they're using a proper camera. They're using the Runcam Nano here, which is really great. I wish there was an HD option. That would have been out of this world in this setup right here. Also, as you can tell, the execution of the receiver here, it does come with an XM Plus, or you could choose without a receiver. The execution is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, look at these little antennas, how they have it routed. You're not going to be needing to fiddle with this anytime soon. And even for the video transmitter's antenna here, the dipolar, you have a really tiny TPU mount that holds this thing really great. And I've gotten into a ton of crashes with this, and it is by far seems to be the most durable frame ever. This is insane. It doesn't even have flex. It is out of this world. The strength of this, and at the same time the weight of this, which we'll cover the weight in a bit here. And it does have a low ESR capacitor right there, which is connected to the ESC, which is held down with some heat shrink here with the wire. And as you can tell, also, they've taken note of everything here. Even this has a zip tie, so you're not going to be risking cutting this anytime soon, especially if you have batteries with short battery leads. It is going to be perfect. Not only that, check the attention to detail. They also have an anti-slip sticker right here, which is really great. Perfect fit. It's not a generic one. It's actually made for the quadcopter, which is again showing us the attention to detail here. Its overall efficiency, it's very difficult to tell you, and again, because the weather was absolutely terrible, or it was just really cold, so you can't really get the full performance. And again, I felt the same thing because the same day I flew also the GETFPV Skip HD, and again, I was having the same problem where I push full throttle and the battery just sags way too much. And again, that's due to the weather more than likely, because both of them did the same thing that day. But in terms of efficiency, power, the PID is perfect. I mean, it was slightly windy, and I was taking these really high circles around the area, and there was no, you know how sometimes you get these little weird jitters and oscillations. Sometimes when you're flying such a little thing with wind, it held its ground perfect. The rates also are so smooth. They're really smooth. It's just insane. Now, the motors here, I don't know, because I got into a bunch of crashes. I have a little bit of play on this motor going for it right here. Just a tiny bit of play, but it's not affecting the flight. It's not affecting any noise. It's still performing really great. But the motor does have some play, but I've gotten into some really hard crashes with this. Any other cheap motor would have probably broke by now, by the way. And as far as I know, that they're using titanium shafts here for the propellers, which is also a really great thing. And you can quickly remove the propeller, just like this. Now you need to take something into consideration when you also purchase this, that the motors are inverted. So you have to put your propellers backwards, not like what you're used to. Don't forget that it's reversed, so keep that in mind also. And what's also really nice is the throttle curve, I might say, or the speed curve. You know, it's not unpredictable. It's predictable in all throttle ranges, which was absolutely great because that gives you the confidence and you could quickly memorize it and just keep hitting gaps after gaps after gaps after gaps and just get carried away and enjoy it. But then again, I really, really wish they release an HD version of this, which would be an absolute killer. But again, it's going to be really difficult because there isn't much space. You probably have to make the top frame a little bit higher. Now, the upper plate here is 1.5 millimeter, and the bottom plate is a one-piece bottom plate with only M2 20x20 mounting holes, because you can also purchase this frame separately if you wanted to. Also, the camera is held together with 3D printed parts, and you get some really nice angles with the frame here, so you'll be able to tackle as much speed as you'd like here. And it's using an IPEX port for the antenna here, for the video transmitter's antenna, and you really don't have to do anything other than set up your modes and put on your propellers and your battery and bind and just fly and enjoy it, and like really enjoy it. And I'd highly recommend it, hands down. I'm confident in this product, and I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Everything's linked down below. Come pick up some FPV merch. You'll really love these shirts, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.